Good morning. It's twilight, dawn, just before the sun rises in about 30 minutes. Look at that sky. Let's go check on how Lady Liberty. There, she's just waking up. Good morning, Lady Liberty. So good morning to you from New York City. Good morning from the Statue of Liberty. And look at this. Nearly sunrise over Manhattan. Wow, what a sight. Today we'll be heading all the way up the Hudson River. All right, we just pulled the anchor up. It was relatively clean. We washed down a little bit of the chain. We are leaving our anchorage behind the Statue of Liberty. Wow, that was an incredible night. Incredible. This is the back side of Ellis Island. Looks like they're refurbishing these buildings. Processing buildings and office buildings and record buildings. And can you imagine what happened here a century ago? My great-grandfather came through here. His name is actually on one of the placards, and you can get information on your loved ones if they came through Ellis Island. One of mine did. Definitely looks like refurbishing. So that's what they look like in disarray. As you can see, some are getting new windows, window frames. That's wonderful. I believe that was, I haven't been there in a long time, like the processing building, the welcoming building, if that's what you want to call it. Right there. A lot of information. If you're ever in New York, it's very interesting to go there. Plus you get a good view of the skyline and the Statue of Liberty. There's Jersey City, but right here is Central Station, the Jersey Terminal. I'm not sure if it's still operative or not. It sure is pretty. Put a clock on it. There's One World Trade Center. This sculpture is 80 feet tall. It is called Water's Soul. It's a woman's head pressing her finger to her lip. Her statement is, "Be silent and listen to the soul of the water. Profound speakings of the water." Oh, that's beautiful. Sure doesn't look 80 feet tall next to all those sky rises, but indeed it is. I believe these terminals on each side represent the Holland Tunnel that we just traversed over. It's pretty cool. Here comes a big old tugboat. Times Square would just be on the other side of this. We're in the Greenwich Village area and Chelsea, and there's the Empire State Building. And here's the Intrepid that you can visit, the Manhattan Cruise Terminal. That's awesome. Right about here is where Sully landed the airplane, equivalent to about 50th Street. We're at about 58th Street now. At this point, we are going parallel to Central Park. So we're talking some big real estate here. Can't really see Central Park. It's on the other side of those buildings. One thing you notice in a lot of urban towns, on top of the older George Washington Bridge. Built in 1931, it's a double-decker suspension bridge. And between the spans, it was the longest before 6 years later, the Golden Gate Bridge was built. It's 212 feet clearance, so we can get right by there. About 4,700 feet long. It connects New Jersey to the Upper East Side of New York. George Washington Bridge. It's about 7:30 in the morning on a weekday, and boy, the traffic is crawling on the Washington Bridge. It's a double-decker. We're going in and out of New York and New Jersey. Look how pretty the towers are here. Very calm river today. Yay! All those vehicles are 212 feet above us. And I hope they all stay there. They look like little ants moving back and forth. Ants on a log. Ooh, yum. Delicious. Who remembers eating ants on a log when they were little? I still eat that today sometime. Look at that Hudson River. Look at that view. What a view. Hello! There are people, pedestrians, cars, trucks, campers, vans, and boats. Da-da-da! Under the George Washington Bridge. There it is. I love George. Hi, George. Look at that. Suspension bridges are awesome. I just love bridges. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Look at this. Wow, that does drastically change. We are looking at cliffs on the New Jersey side. Holy cow. I had no idea. Like, there's the bridge. And there are these mountainous cliffs. Oh, they're beautiful. Wow, wow, that was a drastic change. Good morning, Captain Dan.
Good morning.
We have had quite a morning, leaving at sunrise. It has become a little overcast. However,
Seen a lot already in one morning.
we sure have. We're currently on the Hudson River.
Yep.
We're going to do a little fun fact about the Hudson River. You want to learn? I bet you know stuff. Who do you think the Hudson River is named after?
Henry Hudson. Oh, yeah.
Who?
Henry Hudson.
Yeah, Henry Hudson, a 7th century explorer. He, from England, he kind of came over in the northeastern part of the U.S. and Canada.
Yep.
Fun
Hudson
fact.
Bay.
Hudson
River.
Bay. J.L. Hudson's in Detroit. Just kidding. Do you know how long the Hudson River is?
I believe it's like about 300 and some miles.
315 miles long. It starts up in the mountains and streams in northern New York and trickles down all the way down through the Hudson Bay. Not the Hudson Bay. All the way down through Manhattan.
Atlantic.
And
New
it's
York
the
City.
Atlantic. New York City. So yes. And it was made by glaciers. Yeah, so
Like the Great
it's,
Lakes.
yeah, like the Great Lakes. So it's made by glaciers, so it's 26,000 years old.
Oh, it's a young one.
Remember that? Way back then?
Geologically, that's very young.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
I watched
And
it.
one other fun fact. It's normally about 30, 40 feet deep. Where we were anchored behind Statue of Liberty was 13.
Yeah.
However, the deepest point is near West Point. Do you know how deep it gets?
I believe it's a couple hundred feet.
Yeah, 202 feet. We'll be crossing over the deepest point near West Point in a little bit. That's pretty deep. Those ice sculptures just scrape, scrape, scrape. So on the Hudson River, it's very calm today, and we are literally the only ones here.
Yeah, it's really pretty
we have not
solitary.
passed or saw another boat since
Yeah, it was
Manhattan.
really
Those were just
interesting,
work
like,
boats.
since we got past the George Washington Bridge, everything kind of opened up. It got a lot more pastoral.
Yeah, a lot of green.
lot less
There's
urban.
cliffs.
Yep,
It's
and
beautiful.
big Bluffs, cliffs, yep.
Love you, Captain Dan.